Hi everyone, welcome to the podcast. Wow, the setup is so different right now. For those of you who have seen my past episodes, you know that I've been using my phone as a microphone, but now sister's got her own mic. And shout out to Malik for letting me borrow his soundboard. Let's just say that it took a while for me to figure out how to set up, but we got it and it's working. I can hear myself through the headsets. And yeah, this is gonna be a very fun episode. I feel so professional right now. This is so great. I'm very grateful. I'm really excited for this episode. Honestly, I didn't have a script for it and I just decided we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna yap, we're gonna talk. I already drank all of my coffee. So I don't want to make another cup of coffee because if you didn't know this, actually, fun fact, I used to be I was about to say allergic to coffee. I'm very sensitive to coffee. Caffeine in general, the most that I could intake was matcha because matcha doesn't have much caffeine as coffee. And I wanted to be able to drink it because I love the taste of coffee. So now we're drinking coffee and it's so yummy. I'm so happy. I feel like there's so many different types of coffee that I want to be drinking now, but I need to chill. One day at a time. I totally forgot to do my intro. I just kind of started talking, but hi, my name is Valerie. You guys can call me Val, and welcome to my podcast called Love Letters to the Lamb. And today we're just going to be talking about creativity, and I don't know why I said it like that, creativity. We're talking about creative outlets and how important they are. I wanted to talk about that because I have been off of social media and it has been such a gift because I would be really bad with having self-control when it came to opening Instagram. I wanted to take time off social media because I feel like I've been so distracted by just the state of comparison to other people's accounts or even just how they were living their lives, and that's never healthy at all. And so I just wanted a break to reset and detox everything from my mind and to kind of get back into doing what I actually love to do and where I'm headed in life with that, because I do have goals and I don't want to be distracted and have another year where I'm just like, dang, I failed to meet all those goals because I was distracted. I don't want to end my year that way. And so I'm getting back on track, really diving in. And in this past week, one of my friends, Kiki, hey sister, if you're watching this, hi. We are each other's accountability partners for setting goals. And basically every morning we'll just send each other kind of our to-do list for the day, our priorities, and then we'll kind of update each other throughout the day how we're feeling and if we're struggling to get through the day, because yesterday was a slow day. It was tough. I am just super excited to see where I go because if I'm being honest, I kind of want to take May off too for my social media fast, but we'll see because there's also some content I really want to get out there, and the only time I've actually been on Instagram is for my podcast episode. So my personal account is deactivated for the month, but I still am on my podcast account only to post updates or whatever content I feel like creating, because that's kind of where my creativity goes. My personal account is just to connect with people. I like to take cute photos that I think are aesthetic. I totally forgot for the past, I don't know, couple of months I've been distracted with everything else going on around me. It's kind of like I lost my creativity, if that makes sense. I felt like I lacked inspiration and I would come up with the excuse oh, I'm just in a creative block. But I feel like when you have creative blocks, you also have to consider are there distractions that are hindering me from actually taking the time in my day to do those creative things? And I think a lot about yes, we all have busy lives. We're here going to a 9-to-5 work shift, or I don't know, 4-hour work shifts, whatever that looks like for you. Right now I do not work. I'm trying to find a job. I literally just did a job interview this morning. We'll see where that goes, but no, for real, for me personally, I feel like I continue to use the term creative block as something that wouldn't really inspire me to write. Writing is one of my creative outlets. I feel like I have a lot, honestly. I'm just kind of a creative person in general. I have just a lot of interest in, video, photos. Photos is a work in progress. And I'm starting to like graphics. I'm taking this creative media class in college right now, and it involves a lot of like creating ads or graphic design, and I actually really like it. I'm not the best at it yet, but I just really like the freedom to create something that's your own. So I don't know, maybe that's something I'll try looking into more, but right now I think video creation is definitely my favorite thing to do. Oh, and writing, hello, I don't know why that was not the first thing, but I'm out of focus, I'm so sorry. Long story short, I've loved writing ever since I was in the second grade. I remember I would used to carry around a pink diary to school, and I would just write about everything. I would write about the boys that I liked, whoever was irritating me at the time. Just normal second grade tendencies. And it was, I don't know, it was kind of like a place where I could put my thoughts out without having to feel judged, or in a way it was like my diary was listening to me at the time. And that hobby turned into wanting to write stories. During class in elementary school, I remember I would just have sheets of photo paper laid out in front of me, and I would just be handwriting whenever we had breaks in school. It was the joy of creating something that was so uniquely mine, turning that into a full form book thing. And I would honestly create like little tiny books to I wish I had them right now. It's in my closet, I think, but I have like this bin just full of my writing stuff. I have a bunch of composition books, notebooks, and they're all just piled up. And I would see like some of my writing from when I was younger. When I looked back on them a few years ago, I was like, wow, I was really that girl who just wrote all the time. And a lot of the time back then, it was mainly mystery novels or mystery stories. Some of them, actually most of them, I never really finished. So I kind of just wrote and then left them out in the dust. Never went back to them again. And that has been kind of what it's like writing short stories. I used to have a Wattpad in like middle school, which I would also write mystery stuff. In high school, I tried to enter the Waddies. If you guys don't know what the Waddies is, it's like a contest, a huge contest on Wattpad, and you can submit a book that you're writing. I think I made it past like the first round, and then after that I just never went back to it because I was like, okay, I give up. I just felt like the story wasn't going the way that I wanted to, and so along the way I was just like, you know what, whatever, I'll try again next year. And see, that's the issue. Whenever I kept putting off writing, it was like me waiting until the right time, quote unquote right time, to actually write a book. And so finally, in 2021, it was around obviously the time of COVID, so I had more time to write, and I was starting my first few semesters of college. I started writing this fantasy because I started reading more fantasy books throughout high school and during COVID, and so of course I wanted to write my own. It's really bad. I actually have it right here. Wait, hold on. This is my first draft, which I never got to publishing, and I probably never will. So this is it in its full form. I wrote like 78,000 words, which is kind of insane thinking about that. And look how thick it is. Like, I've never written anything this long before. Like, school assignments, 1,000 words is pretty easy for me, not gonna lie. Like I said, writing is my passion. More passion, more passion, more energy, more energy. Honestly, I feel like I could do ASMR through this mic, but we're not gonna do that. I'm not an ASMR channel. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm going off track. And the name of this book is Secrets of the Iridescency. That did not focus, but this is the first draft. I started it on March 12th of 2021 and finished it on July 30th. It was honestly really hard writing this. I think there's like 50 something chapters in it, but I never touched it again. I tried revising it, but the revising process is kind of a pain in the butt. But I am writing a new book now. Surprise! I'm writing a little romance novel, self-discovery. It's gonna be a closed door romance. Honestly, a lot of it is based off of like what I've been dealing with, and see the beauty of journaling every single day. This is what I love about it, because I don't have it on me right now, but I have this journal that I've been writing in every single day, and it has been such a, I don't want to say lifesaver, but it has been such a great way to release my thoughts. And when I build my characters for this book, I really thought about like, what are their flaws? How do they react to things? I kind of take inspiration from looking back at my own journals and being like, okay, how do I react to certain situations? Because I want to make them as humanly realistic as possible. Like, that's a big thing for characters, I feel like. But also basing my characters off of other people I meet in real life. So not entirely based on one person, but just like a mix of different personalities, building it up. You get what I'm saying? So I am almost, I think, 10,000 words into it. I'm at like 7,000 right now. Today is going to be the 5th day I'm writing this book, and I've been so inspired by it. I'm surprised how easily it's going. I'm more of a pantser, if you guys know what that term is. I know it sounds weird, pantser, but basically in writing, you have your plotters. These are people who actually plot out the book from beginning to end. I'm not that person. I don't know. I feel like when I write, I just write according to what my mind says, and I put it on the paper right away. For me, I'm a pantser. I just go with the flow. Like, that's basically what it is. You don't plot anything. Maybe you have like a few details of what the story's gonna be about, what genre, what your characters are like at the very base of it, but you don't really go full in depth with details. I feel like that's something I want to go later on into, like revisions. Like, that's where the details really work, because the first draft is really only just telling yourself the story, and I have to remind myself, like, the first draft is not gonna be perfect, and that's the same thing with anything else that you write. If I have any writers on here, then that's great. But if you're not a writer, sorry, you're gonna hear me yapping about this, but thank you for listening if you are. But yeah, that's one of my creative outlets that I've been rediscovering again, and it has been just so great. And along with just going with life, how crazy it can be with school, which is insane. My school projects are insane, but it's really cool seeing my hobby for creating videos is also incorporated with my school, because I'm a creative media major. The projects that we have for one class, we have to create a short film for our final, and I'm so excited. I already scripted out everything, casted my people that are gonna be in it, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. I haven't done a short film since my last semester for my video editing class, and I just really want to get better at it. It's not the best. I'm not gonna send you guys the link to it, but we're learning, we're improving, and I honestly love creating short films. I think that it's so beautiful to capture, like, aesthetically, just storytelling wise. Like, storytelling is my stuff. I love storytelling, and I'm really thankful that God has given me these gifts to be creative. For my whole life, I never expected myself to be pursuing creative media in college, or at all, just turning my hobbies into something more and something that could go into my career. I don't know exactly what that'll look like yet, but kind of seeing it all tied together. Like, when you're early in the stages of life, you're discovering your hobbies, you're discovering what you like to do, what you don't like to do. And I always knew that I did not like math. I did not like science. I love science, but I don't like being forced to learn it. Like, I like learning it on my own, if that makes sense. Math, I just don't like at all. You can teach me all the basic stuff and I'm fine, but if you get me trying to learn pre-calculus or calculus, what else, trigonometry, math in general, no. Algebra, I'm fine. As long as I know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, I'm good. Admittedly, I am a little nervous to walk in it still, but I have more confidence that this is the major that I'm supposed to be in and something that I'm supposed to be pursuing. And I'm just super excited to see where that goes. I know that with the mix of my hobbies of writing, my hobbies of reading, creating videos, it's really just art, honestly. And there's so much up here in my brain that I just need to release into the world and in hopes of having someone else relate to it. I'm not sure what that's gonna look like, but I do pray that one day I will be able to publish the book that I'm writing now, because I feel so strongly that this is the one, this is it, and I'm gonna be seeing it on bookshelves one day and signing people's books, attending author events, maybe in the far future. But actually, you never know. God could do the impossible, because humanly speaking, It may be impossible, but with God, everything is possible. I forgot what the address was for that verse. I feel like that's such a catchphrase that I have with this podcast. I forgot where the address is, but I know what this verse is. Music wise, I really love playing the guitar and singing. I don't sing to other people. I don't sing in public. I sing to myself in my room when no one is home. Or in my car when I'm doing car karaoke. It's really great. I have been trying to learn more bar chords. Bar chords are terrible, but I want to get better at them because, I don't know, there's like, I know the basic chords, your C, G, D. If you play guitar, you'll know what I'm talking about, but basically, I learned the basics of it. I took guitar for 2 years, 3 years, something like that. I was one of those kids who never practiced every week. I had lessons every single week. I never practiced. But now I'm trying to really get back into that, and I found myself just wanting to write my own music, learning new songs, and it is also a great way, like I mentioned in my previous episode, getting through a healing season, going through the season of self-discovery, and it has just been so great to release my emotions in that way, and also learn worship music so that I can worship in my own time. And I'm really thankful that I'm rediscovering these things because it's also just helping me get through the day and just reminding myself that God is at the center of everything I do. It's just exciting. Like, in this season of rediscovering my gifts, rediscovering my hobbies, it's almost like the Lord has opened up my eyes to what I could be doing in the future, and He's been giving me more vision about what that looks like, and it excites me. Write down all of these things that I'm like wanting to do with what I wish I could tell you right now, but I feel led to just keep it to myself for now. It's really exciting to see where that goes. I'm not really sure when that will be, but in the Lord's timing and in His will, then it'll happen. Isaiah 60:22, I believe. At the end of the verse it says, "At the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen." I love that I'm in this season. Also, it's raining a lot today. It's gloomy, it's gray, but I love it. I'm very cozy right now. And yeah, I'm so on fire for this because I do sense that there are big things coming. There's a new thing coming, and the new thing's already here. So I encourage you guys that if you guys have creative gifts, or not even just that, it could be outside of creativity. I just use that example. But if your gifts are somewhere else in some other realm, and say it's like a childhood dream that you once forgotten, like try go back to it if you feel led, because I believe that God doesn't place things in your heart if it weren't for a bigger reason in the future. And as you grow up, you discover these things that you like. But I feel like for a lot of us, we may have fallen out of loving those things because we're so caught up in the busyness of this world. We just need to remind ourselves of that inner child inside of us. I think of childlike faith and just remembering what once brought the fire out of ourselves as children. You know, I believe that we each still have that inner child inside of us that still has that same passion. And so whatever's on your heart, whatever you desire to do in life, like hold on to that, because you never know. It could be the Lord pressing something into your heart for a reason and fulfilling His purpose through you, through those gifts, through those hobbies. And you just never know where He'll lead you. I'm still in the process of figuring that out, but I don't think that you could ever figure it out if you don't actually take that step to dive back into those gifts. And so that's my encouragement for today. Go back to your roots, go back to the basics of what you once had as a child, and make it into something more livelier as an adult. And see what He says. Surrender it to the Lord. Allow Him to take you wherever He wants you to. And I truly think that you could be doing big things, because I have full faith that all of this that I'm doing right now is not meant for nothing, and it'll be even greater than I expect. And the same thing goes for you guys. Whatever you have placed in your heart, and it's truly from the Lord, like, it's gonna be so much bigger and greater later on in life, and it's just an exciting thing to think about. So continue to develop your gifts and seek the Lord through everything. I'm so thankful that I'm doing this podcast, and I kind of just want to keep on talking and yapping because I love the setup. It's so fun, and it's so cool hearing myself on these headsets, which I bought 2 hours earlier because I realized that I didn't have wired headphones. But I'm really thankful for all of you who have been listening to this podcast. I know she's still a little baby podcast, but I love doing it. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode and for listening in. I pray that you guys have a great rest of your week whenever you're listening to this, and I pray that you have strength to get through whatever it is you're going through, and that there's so much love and light in your life that the Lord will bring you to, whether that be through people, the word, circumstances. And I will see you guys in the next episode next week. Bye.